while I go to that thing. You have to be sitting here.
I'm going on now for a little bit, and then I gotta go back. I got that somewhat clean. Coffee's ready. Get the other side done. I'm gonna toss that. I'm not getting rid of any nitrogen, any coffee grains in it more. I gotta go all over the place, throwing them all in everywhere. All right. Good morning. Welcome to Mrs. Green Thumb. Happy Sunday to you all. Well, I'm on here. I thought I'm going to come on here and do it today. I was thinking yesterday, but today I'm on here, and I thought it'd be a really cool subject. I was talking to my friend Kathleen Elliott, and I said, what do you think would be a good conversation to have on my garden channel? And she said, well, it'd be kind of cool to know about what plants can handle sun, partial sun or shade, or you call it indirect sun is partial sun. So yeah, and so that is what the discussion is going to be about and more. So thank you for joining me. I'll get started in a little bit, but that's what this discussion is going to be about. Defining how much sun requirements each plant needs. And I can say some of the stuff that I've been working with, all the stuff of the charts that are here. I can't say I've done it, but I can tell you that some of this stuff I have, and I know that people are growing things in the wrong spot, especially in high sun, where you don't have to put it in high sun. So that's what this whole live stream is about. So since it's slow right now, I'm gonna work on some pictures and we're gonna discuss. The first one I want to discuss is this picture here, my thumbnail. I thought that would be cool. So we're going to see if more people come, but if not, you can always rewatch my live stream. I appreciate that when people do that. Leave me a comment that they've rewatched it and learn from what I'm trying to do. This is exactly what I'm here for. I'm trying to show you and myself, teaching you things to do with gardening and kind of important factors, and with, never knowing what's the future and food and different things, it's always good to start growing your gardens, no matter what. Whether you say you can't grow one or not, I have friends that I know said they couldn't, and now they're quite the gardener. So, in the upcoming future, you might need to know how to grow food. I'm trying to tell you ahead, goods, things to do and don't do, and help you out so you don't have to go through all these mistakes. So, let's get started. Well, I'm going to play another song here. Since it's a beautiful Sunday, I'm going to give you a beautiful song as I try to find some pictures and related subjects to what I'm talking about. So give me 1 second, and let's get this beautiful Arms of Heaven done as I find pictures for us to talk about. Hey, good morning, Kathleen. Yes, happy Sunday, doll. This is actually a good chart I found. You love bok choy, yeah? This is a good chart I found, Kathleen. So we're going to go over the first step, and if we repeat it because people come in, that's fine. But I thought this was pretty cool. This is a map I saw, and it's saying to you the roots, vegetables, herbs, leafy greens all need 4 hours of sun a day. So I call that, there's different ways, and that's the chart right here. This chart says, like, kind of a definition of full sun is 8 to 10 hours. Partial sun is 4 to 5 hours. Partial shade, 2 to 4 hours. And full shade is 1. So I kind of like, there's different terminologies, but I kind of like this chart. It's helpful. Because I call indirect sun probably partial sun. So there's different terminologies, but mean the same thing. But anyways, this is stuff that says you need at least 4 hours, which 4 hours of, is not that much sun. And I know for some of the stuff, it's really cool because for sure I know that lettuce grows. I've proven that different forms of lettuce, as long as you start the starter plant inside your house, that they grow great in, 4 hours, or you want to call it indirect sun. I call it indirect sun. The lettuce, and then I started trying something else. I moved over my beets, and see, according to this, it only takes, it only needs 4 hours. So I was thinking they were getting burnt in one spot. So I'm thinking the beets probably do need indirect sun or partial sun. I never tried carrots yet, but these are all the list of the stuff that is set. Kale and parsley, lettuce, garlic. I didn't try that one. because garlic seems to work in high sun either way. But I haven't tried it in direct sun if it grows better, but I know it grows good in sun anyways. I do it all the time. So mustard greens, I've never grown them before, but isn't this interesting? This is a good chart to show you. Spinach likes it, turnips, carrots, chard, potatoes, bok choy, arugula, lettuce, cilantro, parsley, kale, and yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool chart to show people. And Kathleen, thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving me this idea. I'm enjoying it, even if it only ends up being a couple of us, because it is a Sunday. Maybe people will be watching and learn something from it. So thank you again for giving me this idea. I really do enjoy this conversation. Even if it's a few of us, it doesn't matter. We all can learn together. Now, like I said, I'm going to put this chart up. I really like the chart, how it defines things. And like I said, I can repeat this over and over, but I have different names that I call it. But this is what one of the charts says. And if I found other charts, they're different worded, but meaning the same thing. Yeah, it does. It looks like a lot of things grow in flower sun. Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to find some more images. Let's see what else charts I can find. I really thought this was really cool. They're showing different charts. And let's see what this chart looks like. All right, so they're going to go, got a picture here that I think this might be helpful too, to give you an idea of what they consider going towards that chart that we just saw. I'm going to see if this is helpful. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to pull up the other chart and see. I really like this chart here. Let's see if it's helpful. All right, let's grab this one. So it's giving you like an example of what they considered shade. Okay, so they got right here. I love this chart actually, and I'm going to find some other charts because I think it's helpful. The sun position. The position of the sun varies during the year. In midwinter, the sun is lower and the shadows are much longer. In the height of summer, the sun is high and the shadows are short. Okay, so full sun in this, according to this picture, is over on the left, top left. Partial shade would be kind of in the back of the house, and full shade would be under a tree. So there's flowers that will burn. They need under a tree would be great if something grows under shade. So we're going to look for things that grow under shade too to help with this. Hi, David. Hello. You are very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for coming. This is going to be a good, I think it's a good conversation. And I always like people giving me ideas to put ideas up. And I had talked to Kathleen a few days ago, and it was cool, this idea. I love this idea of talking about what you can grow in different ways. I think this is very helpful, Kathleen. I do. And so let's continue on. I'm going to find some either charts or plants, like items to tell you what I want to see. There's really good charts here I'm finding. Very, very good charts. Then I got a couple pictures. It's showing you things, actual people that put in partial shade. Or wait, let me see what it's considered. Hang on a minute. I want to get this picture again. Grow in partial shade. So this is considered partial shade, this picture I'm going to give you. But it is beets and salad. All right, so let's grab this. And maybe you can tell us your experience, Kathleen, if you want to type where you're growing things and what you've learned. I've learned things too where I'm learning that things are in the wrong spot. You can't put everything in direct sun that you think you can. You'll burn it. I was talking to my sister-in-law just yesterday, and she was telling me about her garden, and a lot of the stuff that she grew, the lettuce grows crazy in direct or partial shade. She on the side of her house, the lettuce is doing good. Radishes do better. So see, that's another thing I'm experimenting with. I moved radishes into the bed where the lettuce is, and I want to see, because the radishes weren't doing very good with me in high sun. They were bolting. And to me, anything that bolts tells you the sun is too hot there. You have to move it somewhere else, because it should grow and bolt later on. But you should exactly have time to at least eat some of your, radishes or whatever you're growing. So the minute you see it's bolting, it's in too high of a sun. As far as I'm concerned, that's what I've learned on this. Hey, thank you, doll, for the package, Miss Southern Belle. Thank you so much. So this is considered, actually, I will type that to give, to match what it says. This is considered growing in partial shade, and that's exactly what I'm gonna label these pictures as I go. So if anybody re-watches this, then they get the idea what we were talking about. Okay, so this is said grows in partial shade, and I believe that 100%. It will burn and it won't grow that good lettuce. My lettuce, I've proven to you that it grew great. Now I'm learning myself to see if the beets are going to grow in this section. So I moved some beets over there. I'm starting some radishes over there too. I want to see because this is the third time I did radishes and they don't grow great. They start bolting into seed. So I'm thinking I found a spot that might work much better. And I'm going to actually try to grow them in container gardening. So all this stuff is an experiment with me as I move forward. And I hope whatever you know about things, I have seen some fabulous gardens with vegetables and flowers in different areas of the yard. Absolutely. What about you, though? Kathleen, tell us about, because we were discussing that a couple days ago. I was talking to her on Facebook the other day, and great, I missed her, and it was such a nice conversation. That you were talking about certain things doing good, like your avocado. I want to make sure I don't forget anything, Kathleen, because I told you I would mention it on the live stream. She's growing a bunch of avocados, and she found out that most people think that you put avocados, I think, in full sun, and she has it in partial sun, not in direct sun, and they're doing really, really good. She started them from a seed. Basil grows in shade, you bet bigger leaves. Yeah, you get bigger leaves. That's a good one to know. Absolutely. See, I'm growing my herbs in sun, but I don't think, you're probably absolutely right. I'm going to have to start putting things a little bit in more shader spots, and I bet you I was mistaken too all this time, thought direct sun was good. But yeah, the avocados we were talking about, they're doing awesome. You grew them from seed, and they weren't doing good. But there was another thing that she told me about, which I thought was really cool. And see, Kathleen, I did remember. If you are feeding, which I feed my plants water from the tap, there's a lot of chemicals in it, like fluoride and chlorine and stuff. And she has learned that when she was doing her avocados and the roots, it was bleaching it white, her roots. So what you can do is if you sit water in a container for 24 hours, I'm going to use the word it evaporates or dissipates the chemicals, right? Am I saying that correctly, Kathleen? Which I thought was really good advice. So if you're having issues, the water's not the greatest from the tap, let it sit or boil the water to get the stuff out of it and let it cool off if you're boiling it, or let it sit for 24 hours. And she said apparently that water worked much better on her avocados and the roots. She figured that out because she was having trouble with some of the plants when she took them out. And thanks. I want to make sure that I said that right, because you had given me good advice. And that's what I want. I want people to tell me some advice. Today is a really good one. I might not have a lot of people here, Kathleen, but I still love talking about this. I think it's a good subject, and hopefully people will be smart enough to rewatch this and learn something by it. I think it was a very good subject. So let me see. What I really wanted to see was, let's see. Okay, I want to do different images of high sun, low sun. So let's go next. Plants that grow in the sun. That's what I'm going to put. Plants images of vegetables, not plants, because they give me flowers when I do that. Vegetable plants that grow in full sun. That's what I want to put. So let's do that one next. All right, so they still gave me the ones. All right. They're still giving me lettuce on that. Full sun plants. Okay, it looks like it's tomatoes. So we know tomatoes like it. If you put it in the shade, they're not going to like it. And I'm going to get a couple pictures of, I knew tomatoes was. I was trying to find other things, but let's try to grab that image. It grows in direct sun. Nope, that's a download. Let's see. And it looks like, now some people said it was bolting already. So, but to me, cabbage and stuff is supposed to grow in direct sun. But like I said, there is things that change the cases, the type of seed they are, the type of soil you got, and plus, if it starts to bolt, it tells you that's too high a sun. That's what it tells me. Every time something bolts, it's too high. It's meaning it's making it grow faster, and you don't even get a chance to eat it. So here's kind of a picture that they put high sun. Corn needs high sun. Tomato seed needs high sun. Let's see. I'm going to switch this to an image and put full sun. Maybe 1 second. And if you know anything else that you think would grow better in full sun, well, throw it out there. What you think that would grow good in full sun. Here's a whole garden picture. All right, I think it's a really cool picture. I want to go more on not the house, but the garden itself. There we go. Now, when I list this says full sun, and it looks like it'd be full sun. So I'm going to put vegetables that grow in full sun. And then you have a picture to it. All right. So according to this picture, but you can also see, I can see a few things bolting already too in here, this picture. But anyways, and if anybody doesn't know what bolting is, I'm going to show you what bolting is. I mean, not everybody does understand that terminology. So let me find an image of what bolting means or looks like. And I'm going to get back to full sun and partial sun. We're going to do different pictures and stuff, what I see here. All right. And you can also experiment, like I said. Try doing it yourself. And if it's not growing in one area, it could be the soil too. So move it to another area. Don't give up on what you like. If you like something like, I don't know, cabbage or broccoli, and it's not growing good, and you say, oh, it's not growing good for me, move it to another spot. Try it somewhere else. Don't give up on it. Make sure every place you've tried it at least once before you kind of give up on it, because you're going to find the right place where it's going to grow, and then keep growing it there in your yard. Okay, images of plants bolting. And bolting means it's going to go into seed. So let me see if I can find some stuff that looks like bolting. I was going to show pictures of my own stuff right now. But, all right. Yeah, this is a good picture of bolting. This is lettuce bolting. All right. And I'm going to show you different ones. I have lettuce bolting. I did it purposely. I have 2 varieties bolting because I want the seeds from it. And we're going to show you right now. Take that off. So I'm going to show a couple pictures of bolting, but this one's lettuce. What lettuce looks like bolted. Okay, let's blow this up a bit. You're going to see the lettuce on the bottom, and then it starts to go up, and it looks ugly. Actually, I call it ugly looking. And it's going to form these flowers, and after the flowers, so this is lettuce. So what I'm going to do to get you less confused here, actually, let me, oops, sorry. I want to move this here. So this is when the lettuce, I'm going to put all the pictures in one section here so you get what I mean. Let's get lettuce. I'm going to get a picture of lettuce. Image of lettuce. All right, now this is, that looks like a good lettuce. I have this lettuce here that I grew. Let's get that lettuce picture. All right. Let me find, and I hope you guys are doing good. I'll check the chat in a minute. Guys, I don't see the chat when I'm doing this, but I will. And everybody's new in here. Hello, welcome. You know, I get right into this. It was funny because I hadn't seen my brother and sister-in-law from, they're my brother-in-law, sister-in-law from my husband's side. They came over yesterday. They were talking about, we showed them all the garden. They were like really very impressed with my garden. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying they went, wow, because they didn't know I was a gardener. They haven't really been in my house for a long time. Shoot, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. So anyways, I was trying to talk, and she was telling me about things, the way they're growing, and asked me questions, and which I kind of really appreciated that she did. Made me feel good. That's not, I'm trying to give you a little picture without taking, oh great, if I put it here, okay, so then you see, there's the lettuce, that's what it looks like bolted, and then I'm going to give you an image of when it goes to seed is what I want to show you. So, let's see. Now they got bolting, but I don't see where the seed part is. It's got to dry up. Let's see, is there anything? Okay, this is more like it right here. That's the best I can give you, but it gives you the idea of what I'm talking about. So these are the stages of when you want to get it to seed, what it's going to look like is what I wanted to show you, because a lot of people don't know that. All right, let's pull up that up. I don't know if you can see that. I want it really as big as you can on the screen, but it kind of is deformed when I start to do this. Let's see if I can get this better. A little bigger. If I go any bigger, it'll block it out. So can you guys understand what I'm talking about, I hope? Let's see. Hey! Hello, Caroline. Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Hope you're well. Oh, that's cool. I'm reading your stuff, Kathleen. Okay, so this is, I'm giving you, every seed is going to be found. Now, our subject today is where to grow things, but I just want to show you that in order to grow, you need seeds. So I'll do this another day where I'll be doing pictures of where to grow. I actually showed live, but it was so awkward and I got bugs in my house. But I will definitely show you some tips and shows you where different things are from seeds. So this is my example for you. There's lettuce. Lettuce bolts. That's the word. So let me put bolts right here. I'm going to put this for anybody that's non-gardener or doesn't understand what I'm saying. I just want to leave references to it. Anybody could rewatch this and know what I mean. Okay, so there's bolting. Put this really small. There's a picture of bolting right here. All right? And this is when it dries up and goes to seed. So that's when I put goes to seed is what I'm going to put on the other side. Let me see. There. All right. Hopefully that'll explain it better. I don't like the color. I want to show up this one. So let's take it off. Oh, don't worry about this. Is what I would tell you to do the next time. When it bolts, take your seeds off and still put it's not all seeds, okay, Kathleen? A lot of the stem can be put in compost. You're not doing anything wrong. Just take the seeds off first and then compost it. That's what I'm going to tell you. Let me cut this. All right, and do red. I just want it to show up for anybody watching this. So, okay. So we got it. Now it still didn't look great, but I'll shove it up here. I really want you to examine that, and even if you got to go watch other channels or whatever, just watch what it looks like. So you got the lettuce, the bolting goes high, let it go to flower, let it get pollinated by the animals or whatever pollinates it. You know, bugs are going to pollinate this. When it starts to be pollinated, then it'll start to die off, and then it'll dry up, and you'll either have pods on things, or you'll have, these will come up with, I was trying to see if I had a picture. At a later date, I'll do a whole live stream on this, and I'll show you pictures of my garden and what I'm talking about. Because right now, actually, I got a picture of something I'm going to show you right now. Actually, I thought about it. It's in my house. And it can bolt in your house, too. It doesn't have to be outside of bolts. It means it's ready to go into seed, and it's in a hot spot, so it's going to do that. Let me show you. Mine is basil. I know you guys are growing a lot of basil, but when it starts to die off, it's going to bolt and then die off. And I have a picture right in my house of one that I'm going to show you. Okay. And it's getting close to seeding. Give me 1 second, I got to get a camera. Alright guys, sorry, but I wanted to do this because I'm showing you live. I don't want to put the camera on. It was like so much bugs and everything. But you're going to get something. I'm taking it off my kitchen counter right now. And you can hear me take the picture. Alright, so let me grab this picture and put it up here so you see what I'm talking about. Alright. So we're gonna leave that. Give me 1 second. I gotta save these pictures first. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna bring one picture. This is basil, okay? And I know that we're talking about basil, and basil likes indirect sun or partial sun, whatever you want to call it. Different terminologies mean the same thing. This is what I want to show you. Mine right in the house. I'm waiting. I'm going to make it go to seed because I was already not keeping an eye on it and I wasn't watering it enough. If you start not watering it enough, it's going to start bolting because between less water and high sun, it starts to dry up. The plant thinks it's dying, so it automatically zooms into whatever and it says, okay, let's produce seeds. All right. Ouch. Alright, let's put it right here on the board here. Based. Okay. Now I got this ready. You're going to get a blank screen for now. Wait a minute, I got a blank. Hang on a minute. Guys, let's just open a blank screen. That's good enough. Alright, this is my basil. This is how you're going to get, if you like basil, you want to grow more basil. And I know this works because I've done it already. This, where did it go? Come on, where did you go? It's on my screen, I don't know what, I'm just missing it. Let's go slower, I'll find it. There it is. Okay, this is my kitchen counter. I just took it 2 seconds ago. Let me bring it down a bit and show you. Because not everything kind of has a pod is what I'm trying to say too. Alright. There it is. That, one more, a little smaller. Just a smidge smaller. There, you can see it. I didn't transfer it, so it's, I see in the spot. I have a lot of basil and I wasn't using it enough, so I really didn't care what happened to the basil, which is sad because I have it outside too. Right, so there's the picture. Whoever's listening to me, you see it flowered. Even in the house it flowered. It flowered, and on the top, if I go really close in, I know you don't see my mouse, but on the top where it bolted, that's flowers. And then after the flowers die off, then it's going to dry up, and they're going to be black seeds within those little areas up the top where it's bolted. You'll let it, the whole plant dry out really good, and then you take it off and you just with your hands swish it, and you'll have black seeds that fall off of that. Yeah, absolutely, Kathleen. So that's my basil right there. I'm not touching it. I'm not even actually watering it anymore. I'm just letting it die off, and it's going to die off, form little black seeds on the top, and that's where you get the seeds for basil. So they're not always pods. They're like, well, I don't think they're considered pods. So you're looking in different spots to find the seed, but most things have seeds. But you got to make sure it's a good stuff. You want it more organic and heirloom planting more than the other ones, because well, it's just not going to be the same as the mother plant when it's not heirloom. All right, so I hope this kind of helps you out. I will do another live stream in regards more of finding seeds and pictures at a later date. But this one really discussion. Thank you for the thumbs up. So 7 people listening, 6 thumbs up. Thank you very much. So I'm going to get off back to on track here, but I just thought it was kind of, in order to grow things, you need to find the seeds, and then through the seeds, then you start to grow it, and then you got to figure out where you're going to growing it. That's what I'm going to say. So we're going to go back to what we're talking about. There's pictures. We're just, let me see. I don't want to lose everything up here. Let's shut all this off. All right. It's like 4 things I did. I want to make sure that people understand what I was doing here. All right. Because there's kind of like a process to do everything. Like I said, you need the seeds to grow. Then you got to figure out where you're going to grow them. What's the best way to grow these plants? All right, good. Now I got a blank screen. So what I wanted to see, let's go back to, how about images and the vegetables that can grow in shade? Let's find that. Let's see what it says for that. Let's see what we find for that. All right. Well, it's still putting the same kind of things are considered. All right. I don't know if I agree with this. Some of this is testing out. Like I told you, I don't agree with everything I read online because it's throwing shade, but it's got partial sun. So some of it might be an experiment in your own yard, what to grow. But what it says, vegetable crops that will grow in light to partial shade are arugula, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, chard, which that's right. You did tell me that, Kathleen, that you found that celery is growing really good in partial sun. Chinese cabbage, corn salad, whatever that is, endive, escarole, garlic, horseradish, kale, calobi, leaf lettuce, leeks, mustard, and New Zealand spinach, parsnips, peas, potatoes. Now, most of us thought that you needed direct sun to grow all this stuff, and if anything, I've learned is things are burning. So I had to move them out of the sun because they're not growing; they're bolting and burning. Again, I will repeat this: if something is bolting, think about moving them to a less sunny location. That's why I did the lettuce, because I knew years ago that my lettuce was bolting and it's too high. So I said, I wonder if I could grow it in an off-shade area where it only gets so much sun. Now we have a chart that I put up too to explain. Let's go back up and see if I can find the chart. Can I find the chart? I think it's this one. Yeah, there you go. There's a chart to help you out that it's saying but again, there's different terminologies meaning the same thing. So you got full sun, that's 6 to 8 hours, partial sun 4 to 5, partial shade 2 to 4, and full shade. So I'm not seeing anything that's full shade, but I think it on a vegetable thing. But on a flower thing, there's many probably flowers that can handle full shade, meaning their definition of full shade is, if I show you, under a tree or something like that, that's considered full shade. All right, and let's go find my channel again because I closed it down. All right, where am I? There we go. Yeah, it's good. It's a good idea to let it bolt, Kathleen. If you want more seeds, I want you guys to experiment. I'm helping you out to find where they are, and I will do another live stream to try to show you. I will show you some of my pictures where I'm showing you where the seeds are, and I will also do some research online to show you pictures of what they're showing. But I kind of know where a lot of stuff is. Now, there leads me to another thing. Not all seeds are going to be vital. So, for instance, I was telling Kathleen about I have portulacas. I found the seeds. I try to grow them, and a portulaca should be ready for... hello, Swampy Acres Homestead. Hi. They should be all ready. Like the seed should have been 10 to 14 days. While the portulaca seeds are not growing. So this is my advice to you. after you get the seeds, try growing them. Make sure that they're good seeds, because you're going to save seeds and they're not going to grow and they're useless to you. So I can tell you that I was more working on the seeds for flowers this year, and I have worked on other things that I know have grown. So if I told you marigolds, 100% I know the seeds, and I showed you the other day where they grow. No problem. Thank you. There you go. That's a big difference too. Kathleen says, my sun shade pineapple looks different. The one in shade, greener and looks healthier, and the one in growing in sun, it's too much for the plant. And people automatically assume everything should be grown in direct sun, and it's or full sun, and it's not true. It's some of the stuff's going to grow much better for you out of it. But anyways, we're talking about the seeds. That'll be another kick, another lifestyle. But I'm just telling you that, okay, I'll show you where to get the seeds. Then try planting the seeds. Make sure those seeds are vital, because it's no sense of having seeds, keeping them, and they're not going to grow again. You need to test your seeds after to make sure they're good. So like I said, marigold, my marigold I know works because I've done it. I've done other, zinnias work for me. Just different things. Basil, I've tried basil before. So practice, find the seeds, set a little bit of time to grow them, just a few, and see if they grow, and then you know, there's a good chance the seeds are good, so then you can keep them. That's what I would not just assume they're going to grow, because like I said, that was my test to see if the portulaca seeds would grow, and they're not one seed is taken. So kind of experiment yourself. All right, so again, we're on what you can grow. Let's see. I'm still finding the things. How about, we were doing vegetables more, but I bet you if I found flowers. So I'm going to put what plants like to grow in shade. Now it's going to probably give me flowers more than vegetables, but let's see. 10 great plants for shade. And it is, like I thought. Okay, so it's got coral bells, which is Huchira. It's called coral bells. Laminate maculatum, dead nettle. Tyrol corfidata, foam flower. I'm going to give you how I can pronounce it. Lungwort, astable, foxglove, foxglove is another interesting plant that somebody brought up, which was passion. Foxglove is, animals don't like it. So if you grow foxglove, I was thinking of ordering seeds. It might, the smell or whatever it does, animals do not like it. So if you were having trouble with animals eating in your garden, this foxglove is supposed to be a really good flower to stop animals from eating in your garden. I don't know it for a fact, but that's what was Googled, and I put them on order to grow some foxglove to find out if that's true, if that's going to happen. Japanese forest grass, more items. Let's see. I want pictures, but 15 shade-loving plants. Let's see what that says. I got to find something else. It says 15 shade-loving plants. It says, let's see what it's got. 15 shade-loving plants. And, of course, they are flowers. They're impatiens, which I should have known, because my impatiens are burning in the front yard. So impatiens are burning in front yard, so those ones definitely can admit they like shade. Hostas. Well, hostas grow in all kinds of stuff, so I think that one's a little fictional. I have hostas growing in shade, which probably looks better in the shade, but it grows in high sun. I have it growing all over the place. Hostas is not, that thing grows anywhere. Euchera, Heuchera, which is a perennial, and it looks like fall leaves on the bottom of it. Oak leaf hydrangea, Astilbe, Astilbe. Again, these are not edible. Ferns apparently grow in low shade, which that surprises me. But this Hakochloa, Hakonechloa. So these are telling me mostly low shades or flowers, is which I kind of said. I don't see anything dead nettle, which is a perennial. Most of the stuff I'm telling you are perennials, which means they're going to come back every year. They're all flowers. Foam flower. Lobelia, which is a pretty plant. Lobelia. Coleus, which I have growing all over the place. Coleus, that's another plant, another live stream I can get into but I'm not going to touch that right yet. Coleus, I have that. A lot of that. I have a pink and a red one, and there's green colors. Fuchsia. So like I said, I'm not going to go into that, but because we were talking more vegetable part of it to be more helpful to you to grow. But a lot of it, lots, I mean, is flowers that grow in full shade. All right. So we're talking about we need to find things. You need to have at least sun, partial sun is what you're looking for. But shade for vegetables, that's going to be really hard to put stuff in low shade areas that are vegetables. Which I kind of knew that already. A lot of things that are vegetables don't like no sun. They have to have sun. At least, and I'll do that chart again in 1 minute. I have to find my channel again. I'm kind of got out of here. Okay, let's do this.
Refinance.
Oops. That's true too. Learned it this year. Plants flower well ahead of vegetables. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And you got to start them ahead. They take forever to grow. Flowers take forever to grow. So you actually should be starting flowers first before vegetables, because I am growing now. Like I said, I've been fiddling with flowers this year, and so I have some growing, and I'm not even sure they're going to get that big by the time I'm done the video on it. But flowers take a long time. If you're going to start garden stuff within, I don't know, March, April for the spring, then you better start your stuff in December, January for flowers. Most flowers take a long time. They got to start earlier. They got to start, they do. They just take a long time before you get them out. So, and it's a good thing. If we were discussing about this, me and Kathleen, let me go through this chart again. We're discussing how you should be organized. Like if you really want to get into gardening, then you should have a plan. You should have on paper, okay, I'm going to do a raised bed over here, and I'm going to plant this and that because I know it's direct sun. I'm going to do a raised bed or in the ground or in pots over here because I know it's full shade. Whatever you got to do, kind of organize it on a paper how you want to design your garden. And you know what kind of soil you're going to use. There's all kinds of stuff to do that, which I have done. My yard is designed ahead. I didn't just throw it out there and think, oh, I think I like it there. No, I actually thought about, okay, I want a raised bed over along this side. I think I'm going to grow salad or whatever I'm going to try. It's going to be over here. I'm going to put a, fairy garden with a peach tree and making it like fruits. Plus, it's going to be an edible box, a raised bed. Behind the fence, everything was set. I mean, I did a trellis. I said last year I'm going to do a trellis because I want to grow gourds, and that's exactly what I did. So I'll be putting more new beds in next year, but I'm going to start them in the fall to get them ready for next year. So it's a good idea to be organized and set like goals, what you want to do somewhat, and then do it. If things change, that's okay too. So that's what I'm going to say on that. Lots of stuff to know. It's a lot of fun getting into this. And this conversation I owe that all to Kathleen because I asked her. But I think I'm going to do a seeded one too. I'll do a live stream on seeded things. Okay, so let's go back to... all right, I'm going to try to find some more stuff which grows. So we already did grows in shade, which continue... Looking at the chart, let's go back to the chart. Shade, their shade means partial sun or partial shade. It has to have at least 4 hours. See, that's why it falls between partial sun and partial shade, is they both fall within 4 hours. So those two are pretty close of where they are in your yard. And so a lot of things do. It surprised me. So does anybody, and like Kathleen was saying about shade covers, or if you're in California or something, well, you got to allow for the different seasons, and it's a higher temperature, and you're going to need shade covers. I live in more of a colder climate, and apparently it's going to be getting colder. I have to design ways to grow things that grow in a faster time in different areas, and I'm going to have to go into the winter side of this. What can go longer, and what can, there's a lot of winter vegetables that can start, like, for instance, garlic. Garlic is something that you can grow twice a year. You can grow it in apparently shade. I didn't grow it in shade. In sun, it works fine. But I'm sure it might grow nice in shade. And I do have in the back behind the fence, there's an area where I'm fiddling with it to see if it's going to work in shade. So I have high direct sun behind my fence and shade. In the back, I have high sun and shade. I have different spots. So I'm going to see what works best. I was like talking about the beets before I did this live stream. I was trying beets. I have it in one spot where it's growing in high sun, and I have one that is growing with my lettuce bin in a lower, partial sun or partial shade, whatever you want to call it. And it seems to be doing better than the one in full sun. So I can speak that I've done that. And I really recommend that you experiment with all kinds of stuff. Try it. What you might think might not grow, you'd be surprised. That's what it tells me. I'm moving my radishes to the bin, my salad bar, because radishes were bolting and I was only getting a few, and they didn't even taste that great. And so I thought it was maybe I need to put mulch in it to keep the base, which I probably do, keep the roots moister, because it was too high sun. It wasn't getting enough moisture. But I've also learned through seeing my sister-in-law yesterday. I asked her, she said, my radishes are doing really good. And I said, where do you have them? She said, I have them on the side of my house where there's partial shade. I said, there you go. That's telling me that I definitely have to move them over to an area that doesn't have full sun. It's too much. It's making them bolt. So you guys want anything you want to talk about? If you've grown things, what experience you have, where you grow things, shove it out there on my live stream. It's good. Anybody put their comments and what they've learned is great. And I want to say this in a really nice way, but put your 2 cents. I want to hear what you have to say. Let's see other vegetables. So maybe we can do name a vegetable and tell me, and I'll go look up what's kind of sun it has to be in to grow. Like I'll make one up. Let's see. What do cucumbers? What kind of sun does cucumbers need? And I'm just gonna go with that and see what it says. So, what kind of sun does cucumbers need? And let's see what it comes up with. Do cucumbers for sun or shade? And it says, give cucumber plants sunlight and good soil for the best tasting fruit and optimal yield. Grow plants in a sunny spot in warm, fertile, and well-drained soil enriched organic matter. A pH level of 6.7, which we already did a live stream explaining about the pH levels in the soil. And there you go. So I kind of knew that was high sun, but cucumbers is high sun. I don't know if everybody knew that, but that's one of the things. So I actually could take a picture of an image of a cucumber, but I'm just going to fiddle with throwing things out there and what online says how to grow things. So let's pick somebody give me another vegetable to pick if you want, if you're listening to me. Give me a subject to look up and I'll go on and look it up. What kind of vegetable, if you want to know where to grow it. Yeah, absolutely. Susan, hi, doll. 2 cents. I like saying two. She caught me at the 2 cents. I like saying your 2 cents, but I mean that in a good way. A lot of people thought that was sarcasm when you say, give me your 2 cents. But I mean, that means your opinion, basically. And I don't mean it in a sarcastic way, but that's kind of what it's going there, but it's not. So Mama says, I just figured out what my yard needs as I move this year. I have tons of beautiful flowers. Next year comes a garden. Very cool. Well, you're in the right place if you ever want me to help you out. Mama, when I do my live streams, I'm basing them on very educational stuff to help people do a garden. I want to teach people that if you never did one before, to get out there and give you my opinion and others' opinions to get growing on it and get going on it. You're going to need gardens. The thing is, you don't know what the future predicts, and I don't think it's going to ever. Let's say that you never need to. It's always good to know and knowledge and grow, and you'd be surprised. People say, I can't grow a thing. Well, everybody can grow something. It's just you don't have the right information given to you. Yeah, okay, let's do celery. Okay. Okay, so what kind of sun does celery need? And I know it's, for us, we know it's partial, but okay, unless you live in a location that is ideal to grow celery plants, plant your celery where it will get 6 hours of sun, but preferably somewhere that the celery plant will be shaded for the hottest part of the day. Almost make sure that where you will grow celery has rich soil. Okay, so we're getting the soil has to be good, but it is matching what you had to say. They said 6 hours, but they really don't want you to have high sun. So it is saying partial. It's saying partial sun, right? Unless you live in a location that is ideal to grow celery plants, plant your celery where it will get 6 hours of sun, but preferably somewhere that the celery plant will be shaded for the hottest part of the day. So there you go. That matches what you had said, Kathleen, because you said you have moved your celery to a different spot, and that's what it's saying. I keep closing my... All right, let's get over here. Oh, that's hilarious. I keep closing my live stream and coming back into it. All right. Oh, that's funny. Actually, that's funny, Susan. I hope you're feeling better, doll, and I hope your puppy dogs are doing better. All right, let me change the screen on here. But like I said, it's kind of cool. Right now, I'm just checking up what we normally thought would be high sun. Ooh, and now I need to plug my machine in. Well, we normally thought a lot of vegetables were high sun, and you find out they're not. They're not at all. They grow in better in shaded areas where the plants and the leaves look much better. If your plants... leaves are either bolting, your plants are bolting, or the leaves are turning a lighter green, it's probably telling you it's too high a sun. Like, your leaves tell you so much, honestly. I'm going to tell you that rhubarb normally loves high sun, but my tips are burning. So that tells me that it's not getting enough water to the roots. Plus, I know now I'm going to put mulching. I'll be mulching all over, or hay or straw to cover up. It needs moisture to stay into the plant. So that's what I'm going to be working on next year. There's no way, because I saw things, and when the tips of the plant grows and is burning, it's not telling you that it's the sun bothering it. It's the fact of the water isn't getting to the roots of the plant. Now it's burning. Hi, Christian. So this has been really good live stream, and thank you to Kathleen bringing it up. There's my thumbnail. That was our first discussion here. Let's see. I brought it right in here. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, guys. Hey, Tim. I was trying to show seeds. I'm going to be doing another live stream where I'll show pictures of things. Hopefully I'll keep this picture for it. But when things start to bolt and then where you get the access to the seeds, it's going to be helpful for you because you're going to need to know where seeds are. All right. Why is that so black? Hang on a minute. There we go. Okay, so that was all the things that need at least 4 hours sun or less. That's things that we thought would need direct sun and are burning or bolting. Surprised me that you don't need it in direct sun. It doesn't like it. Well, it destroyed it, but unfortunately, rhubarb is in the ground. So, the next time you get hail, cover it up because it's in the ground and it's a perennial. So it shouldn't kill it off. As long as you kind of cover up the plant, the root should stay safe. The same as asparagus it's in the ground. The roots are based, that's where asparagus comes from. And I thought I killed off all my plants because I put them out too early as babies. Well, they all died off. They were like straw. And they grew back because it's in the ground that mattered more than above. The above ground got the chill, but because they were planted in the ground and they are perennial, they stayed alive. So did my rhubarb. My rhubarb went to the, so did my peach tree. Almost killed off things, but because they're perennial, they're kind of used to somewhat cold weather depending on where you live from anyways, though. All right, so here we got these little things. We're talking about pictures of that. Get to know your yard. If you want to be a gardener, get to know your area. Where is it sunny? Where is it shady? Like partial shade, full sun, shade. And then get a plan together. I mean, you don't have to follow it 100%, but get a plan on paper and grow. Okay, so on this picture, full sun. Well, maybe I can fit a garden in there, and I'm going to grow corn in there, and I'm going to grow cucumbers and anything, tomatoes, anything that takes high sun will be planted in there. And you want it in the ground, or you want it in a raised bed, or you want it in pots, whatever you decide, and decorate whatever way you want, flowers, not flowers. There. So then a partial shade, well, you're going to find out, well, I can grow all this other stuff, which is amazing, from carrots to beets to celery to, I just said, all this list here can be grown in that area. Right there. Let's shut this off. Right there. All that stuff can be grown in partial shade. So we got right there. So let's see what else I kind of was starting to talk about really quickly. Lettuce is partial shade. Yeah, it should come back even stronger. It shouldn't be totally killed off if it's a perennial. See, grows at partial shade. All right, these are things that grow in full sun. But I've repeated over and over, if it's bolting, move it. It doesn't like it. It's too hot of a sun if it bolts too fast, and you don't get anything from it. Besides seeds, you're going to get seeds from it. Move it. But that, you see, it's cabbage likes high sun. You like tomatoes like high sun. A lot of things do, but a lot of things don't. So that's, if anything, I've learned that this year too, why I experiment with stuff. Now this is a part where I've shown Kathleen and others what it looks like, a plant looks like, for an example, growing to seed. There's the lettuce. It starts to bolt. It means that it's getting too hot. It's ready to go to seed. And then number 3 is the seed part, which I think I put all notes on here. Hang on a minute. Bolting, going to seed. That's what it looks like. I will do live streams on this later, more into showing where the seeds are, at least try to help you out. And yeah, and a lot of people probably didn't know that. They just throw it in the garbage. They thought the plant was totally dead, and actually it's going to seed. It's not dead at all. It will die after it seeds, but hope you guys are all doing well. Hi, Christian. Happy Sunday to you all, guys. All right, I'm going to see if I can get some more pictures for you guys. Oh, you want to name another vegetable and we'll tell you? Somebody give me another vegetable that I can look up to see where it should be grown. Kathleen gave me, was it cucumbers you gave me? No, you gave me celery. I did cucumbers, you did celery. Somebody give me a vegetable that I can check where it should be grown and what. Is it direct sun? Is it shade? Is it like the chart I'm just showing you right here? And I have said there's other terminologies meaning the same thing for this chart. Hang on a minute. Can I go here? No, that's not it. Let's go bottom. Right there. So if anybody wants to give me something, we can check to see where you should grow this. Give me a vegetable, anybody. Kathleen, if you want to give me another one. We've done cucumber and we did celery. Somebody throw in another vegetable that we want to see where you should actually, the best place to grow it. Anyone? And so I can look it up. Squash. Okay, Susan says carrots. We already have the answer, but okay, I'm going to do carrots first. All right, but it is on the list. I'll see what it has to say, but I'm going to show you this much. It's on that list that I did. Hang on a minute. Right here. So it does answer it, but I'm going to see what they have to say. It's right on this picture. It needs at least 4 hours. So that is actually, I call it indirect sun, or you can call it partially sunny. partially sunny and partially shady are pretty close in hours. So of needing the sun. So that does answer the carrot one right here. It needs at least 4 hours. So don't plant carrots in direct sun because that's not what it's calling for, which most of us think it does. Now when I go to do carrots, I'm going to think twice as much as putting it somewhere else. And maybe that was my issue, that I was putting it into too high of a sunny area, that it wasn't growing right. And we have, Tim said squash. I love you too. So Tim says squash. So let's see what squash has to say. All right. All right, let's do it again. What kind of sun does squash need? All right. Squash plant needs full sun to produce. Make sure you're planting your seeds or start in an area with at least 6 hours of sunlight per day. You can use a sunlight calculator to find out. More is better, but if the weather gets too hot for too long, your squash plants may droop with stress. So they want at least 6 hours where you're putting it of sun. And if it droops, obviously it went too high, but that's what happens with too much sun. It's hard on the plant too, but there is your answer. Oh, no, that's okay, Sue. That's all right. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's quite all right. I wasn't meaning that for that, too. So we had squash. See, squash comes between 6 to 8 hours direct sunlight. That's what it's not saying for squash. Give me another one, guys. Let's do that. Let's do another one, and I will actually I can take pictures of this, too. Let me get pictures of squash. Give me another another thing to look up. Pictures of squash. And what I'm going to do is put notes to say this is direct sun. So I'm going to grab an image, which I know for a fact it works good. They definitely like their sun. So let's grab. Well, this is a cool picture. So let's grab this part. And you know this is squash by just the picture alone. So I'm going to come up here. It's a good thing it's raining out today, so it's perfect time to do this live stream. And I'm actually thoroughly enjoying it too. Loving doing this. All right. So there's squash, and I'm going to put a note to that. Okay. Grow in direct sun light. That's what we're going to put onto that. Oh, where'd the picture go? Oh, hang on a minute. There, that's what I want. Grow in direct sunlight. Look at him. I'm never bored of listen. Oh, I thought you said I'm bored. I went, ooh. Hi, David Rice. How are you? So did anybody didn't notice that? Okay. Did anybody give me another thing to pick? David Rice, give me a subject to look where things grow, because I think this is the whole subject on. Well, it is. It's this live stream is all about where things grow, and I got a little sidetracked to showing you where to find seeds. Look at all those green gourds. Yeah. They're gourds, yeah. They need sunlight or squash. There's pictures of squash. The gourds fell under squash, so that's what they are. But I'll get another picture and put the same thing here. Let's see. These need direct sunlight. These are pictures of gourds need it, squash need it. If you guys want to give me something else, I'm enjoying looking this up to learn together. Where'd that picture go? All right, I already took this picture before the other day, but I kind of like it because these are squash and they need to grow in direct sunlight. which I'm going to put another text to that one. Here we go. Let's leave it like that. Lower it down here. There, I can put it down there. That looks okay. There. So you guys got something else for me to look up? Strawberries is a good one. Okay. Yeah, strawberries. Okay. I'm going to try more horizontal gardening next year. That'll be good too. That's another totally good thing. Horizontal, meaning if you don't, I love it, Kathleen. It's like cucumbers can grow. They're not designed to grow horizontally, but they will grow horizontally. Beans will grow. Peas will grow. If you don't have a lot of yard space, horizontal is the way to go. So let's go and pick strawberries. Okay. And the answer: when planting strawberries, choose a spot with full sun, which I knew that answer, but I didn't want to say anything. In warm regions, try to provide morning sun with some shade protection during the hottest part of the day. Soil should have excellent drainage. So that's what I'm going to tell you. It's full sun. Strawberries have full sun. Bell pepper. Cool. Okay, let's get bell pepper. I know which one that is too, but I'm not going to say anything. I know the answer to that one already. So let's find the answer. All right. The answer is, which is peppers plants need at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight per day. So that's high sunlight. Mix compost or organic matter into the soil when planting, water immediately after planting, then regularly throughout the season. Aim to total 1 to 2 inches per week. So it needs 6 to 8 hours, which let's go back to the chart and like our definition of what is sunlight. It needs a lot of sunlight. So I'm going to go back to that chart that I showed you. 6 to 8 direct sunlight daily. So that's high sun for peppers. Yeah, so it's 6 to 8 hours. Anything else you want to give me some other names to check on, guys? You go for it. I am here for this. It's been a great subject. I think Kathleen Elliott, I spoke to her kind of like on the phone 2 days ago, and I was going, what subject should I talk about? I like to do all my subjects on my live streams now are going to be learning subjects, and we all learn together, including myself. So I find it really interesting. Welcome back, Jeff. So it was her suggestion when I asked her, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a really good one. If you guys got any suggestions you'd like to talk about and do with gardening, please let me know, because I'll do it. I'm going to do another one on where to find seeds. That's one of my live streams I'm going to do. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you where to find seeds to help you out, and try to throw you some of my pictures your way when I'm doing it. I can't do live streaming. I had too many bugs, so I'm not going to do it that way anymore. I mean, eventually maybe I'll do videos on where to find the seeds, but for now I'm going to just help you out, link you in the directions of where to find them. And I want you to get your own seeds. You want to know why? Because just think about this. When you grow your stuff and you grow seeds and you know what you planted them in, you know that the seeds are going to be fantastic seeds because you grew them. They're your seeds. You added no chemicals to them, and that's what's going to be better. Oh, that's too bad the Lakers aren't winning. So, but not all, like I was telling Kathleen, I found the seeds, the portulacas. I planted them, and they didn't grow, and they're supposed to be, they should have came up by 10 to 14 days, and it's passed, and not one sign of them. So this is my advice to you. I show you where to get the seeds. When you find the seeds, let them dry out, try them, grow some of them in dirt, a few of them, and see if they grow. If they don't grow, then your seeds aren't going to be vital and they're no good. So you have to make sure that you test your seeds to make sure they're going to grow. Because you're going to be holding on to seeds till next year and be very disappointed that the seeds aren't growing. So not all seeds that I tell you how to find them are going to grow. That's what it tells me. But I will help you. I'll show you the ones I did, and we'll see where to find the seeds, and it'll be a good live stream to help you out finding seeds. So hopefully you got to order certain ones, that's fine. But then once you find out how to find the seeds, you will not have to order seeds anymore. That's, or unless you need them. Unless you need them, yours aren't growing, or go get some seeds. Start out, though, with the best seed. I have said it over and over. You are looking for a more expensive seed. It says organic heirloom. That's the seed you want. That if you can't find them, you got to do what you got to do and pick what you got to get. That's fine, too. And if you want to grow seeds from plants, like I can tell you, I have a pepper sitting outside. You can grow plants from peppers, but if you're going to go pick a pepper, try to get organic foods and grow it from there. Yeah, try to go and get it from there. Like I said, you can't order them. It's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. And I know because I did spaghetti squash. So I didn't order spaghetti squash. I grew the whole thing that I'm doing good. I think I have 12,000 views on it. The spaghetti squash was ones I bought from a store. I never bought them. I took them, dried them out, took them out of the spaghetti squash, cleaned them out, dried them out, and planted them. And they grew. So if you can't find the seeds you're looking for, then try taking a plant that's organic and try growing those seeds. They might not be heirloom, but you'll still get what you want. Because I was hearing, I forget, there's some plant that somebody's saying, I can't get the seeds for it. They wanted it. Some kind of, I don't know what it was. I remember somebody talking about it. Hey, how you doing? Hello, how are you, Miss Country Rose Gaming? So, yeah, that's what I would do. Like, that's my suggestion. You can't order them online. Then get an organic or whatever. If let's say you got an heirloom organic fruit that you're buying, that would be perfect. Take those seeds out of that, dry it out, plant them, and then get the seeds from them. And now you've just started your own generation of your own seeds for yourself for the future. And seeds will only last for so long. Even if you store them in the right spot, they're eventually going to, I want to say, depreciate, and not all of them will grow after so long. You can only store them for so long, and that's it. But a lot of them can store for years and years and years, for sure. All right, I can't even get started on that one. That's a whole other live stream. How to store seeds is another complete live stream, because there's different ways of storing things too. Don't even get me started on that one. That's lots. I am positively okay. Christina. Oh, that's all right. No guilt. It's good. It's nice seeing you here, and no one is to feel guilty coming or not coming to my live stream. I told you it was a non-drama, but it's also a less stress channel that I am not going to get people worked up because you didn't come to my live stream. How to get rid of weeds is, God, that's a whole thing in itself, and sometimes you just have to pull the weeds out. But actually, it's not. There's ideas on that too, actually. I got some ideas on it because I am learning different ways to try to avoid having as many weeds. And I'll tell you, one of them is doing raised beds. So, David, if you stop doing directly in the ground, excuse me, I got the hiccups. If you stop growing directly in the ground and do raised beds, it controls, and you put new soil in there, trust me. And then you actually put mulch over top of that. Don't smoke them. No. I guarantee you that would help you a lot. Raised beds is number one for me. I know that for a fact for now that I've had them for over 2 years. It is the best to grow in raised beds if you can do it. It's way less weeding. When I go around, I only have to pull 1 or 2 weeds. It's so easy. And then if you mulch it, you're going to even have less than that. So, or straw or hay. So if you do boxes, It's weed and feed your lawn before you're ready to plant. Weed. Well, you got to watch that because that's chemicals, Kathleen. So you're putting weed and feed has chemicals in it, so you're putting chemicals back leaching into the ground. So I don't know if I do that, but weed and feed, I guess. Whatever, as long as it's non-chemical stuff, sure. Yeah, I'll say for sure, actually, Kathleen, when I think about it. Like I said, I keep thinking weed and feed is the one where it was chemicals and you sprayed it. I don't like that stuff at all. I won't touch it. But if you're truly talking about weeding it yourself, yeah. Heard what you said. My new name is Fred. I just got out of bed. I cut grass in this heat. I turn red. You're so funny. Some weeds that are good for your soil. Yeah, that's true. I guess there is some weeds that are good for your soil. That's true. But I'm talking about, I don't want weeds in my garden bed. I have it all over the grass, but I don't want them in my bed. I want worms in there. I want different things, but not weeds. Oh my God, it's too hard to control that. But anyways, number one, like I said, I repeat it over and over. My favorite way to grow is in a raised bed. Non-chemical boards. You have to have boards that haven't been treated or anything like that. And or whatever way you want to make the frames of it, whatever. And off the ground, or even in the ground is much better. Your nose is running. I'm trying to be funny because I need money. You're so funny. I know he's funny. Hey, well, we need humor. That's good. And David? Oh, did you meet David, guys? He asked for it. David's being fun. David, you shouldn't have did it. All right, David. Since he's being funny, you know what happens when you're being funny, David? David, rice. He's so nice. Let's find it, and I'm gonna go put a song. He's being funny, so I kept this on. I knew if he was gonna get funny, I was gonna do this to him. If you were gonna be funny, I'm doing it to ya. Yes, I am. There he is. There's David. And let's go. Let's find it. Kathleen, I don't know if you were here when I did this, but I think it's hilarious. All right, let's find a song. And all together now. David has his moment here. Ready? Set. Yeah, baby. He's so nice, that David Rice. Ready? All together now. Nice. Oh, David Rice. Look at that face. He didn't know I found him. I found him on Facebook. Stole a picture from my Facebook. I put him live on screen. Now you know what he looks like. That big smile. I know he's David Rice. He's so nice. I can tell how he's nice. That picture shows everything. Look out for him. He's single, I said. David Rice wants to give some woman nice back rubs. He seems to be a sweet guy. Now I see it on his face. He's so nice. I am telling you, that's nice. There we go. See, you knew it was coming, David. So I'm going to keep that picture for a while. Because every time you get cocky, that's coming out every so often. And you're going to have rice for dinner. That's hilarious. That was a lot of fun. Anyways, those of you who haven't met him, I found him on Facebook. He asked to join, and I said, David, is that you? And just in case, I thought it was him. And I said, I found some pictures. I got his site now. I can go to it. And I stole it. He has other pictures of showing his face, but this was one I thought was so cute. And it shows his personality. Like he's got, obviously, What woman doesn't like a guy that's funny? Oh my goodness, you guys are missing out on this guy, because he's very funny. Now I can see it. I can see it. Somebody whipped you with a silly stick. I think it's no. You wanted to be single and acknowledged, so I'm showing it everybody that he's single and who he looks, what he looks like, and I think and even Rachel said you were a cutie, and so that's what I mean. And it's fun to embarrass you. I'm having a lot of fun with this. That's good. I want you to be embarrassed because you were being smarty patardy. So that's what you deserve. You want a little bit of recognition? I'm going to give it to you strong, buddy. We love you, David. I think we like you even more now that we know what you look like. You're not hidden anymore. We need to find out what David 2010 looks like, because I don't have any pictures of him yet. But when you get it, David, when I find it and I find you, I'll track you down. I'll be putting your picture up too. I should have put a most wanted picture up there. You did. You did deserve it. You kept saying how single. You know you don't know why a woman doesn't want you. You give back rubs. You do all this kind gesture, and you're a funny guy. And I can see it now. So there you go. A little advertisement for you, buddy. I was supposed to eat my breakfast, and I'm sitting here yapping with you guys, and I didn't eat my food. Uh-oh. All told. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. Anyways, this is there anything else you'd like to know? You got any more vegetables you want to tell me to look up? I think it's party time a little bit now. I'm going to party with you guys, my friends. Where's Kathleen? Let's do a little bit of songs and then I can eat my breakfast here. Was fun. Wait, I'm not done yet. Time for partying. We need to get everybody's song out here. Where is she? Where are you, my darling Susan? I haven't played that. Let's party here. Swing House. great. No problem, Christina. Thanks, Kathleen. Have a wonderful day, doll. Thank you for coming. And thank you for helping me with this. Yeah, thank you, Kathleen, for helping with this. You guys got any more ideas how you want me to do a live stream to do with gardening? Please tell me. Give me some advice on what to do. And I'll do it. I mean, I start to run out of ideas after a while, so this one was a really good one. I enjoyed it. And we need to get Tim's song out there. Where's Tim? Here you go, Tim. I can do that, though. Will you remind me, David? We'll talk about apples. I don't have any. I'll find stuff. We'll talk about it if you want. I don't mind talking about it. On aquaponics. I'm gonna try to write a list here. I have markers all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna write it down. I'll do a live stream. Well, you know what I would really like to do, David, is start something. I am still going to do it. I'm going to send to my friends a seed pack of the stuff I have. But if you guys want to exchange seeds on my channel to each other, I'm okay with that. I like that idea. You are welcome, Tim. I like this seed exchange idea of all of us exchanging seeds. Is a really good thing to do. So if there's seeds that you like and you have plenty of, now that I'm going to show you even how to find the seeds, it only doesn't cost that much to mail it in an envelope to somebody. You know, help each other out on my channel. I would love it. And if you send me one, you obviously, you know what you're going to get from me. I'm going to do a video on it. When you send me stuff to grow, I will do a video on it. Anything that I haven't done already. So if you're going to send me the same thing, don't send me the same thing. But if I get something sent to me that I didn't do, like a different kind of lettuce. I've done 3 videos on 3 different lettuces. And if there's a 4th kind of lettuce, which I saw a red one I'd like to do, then I'd do a lettuce on the red one. Like I would do anything. If it's a green bean, give me a green bean I didn't do already. Just check out the videos, and that's what I want. I want seeds to do at least, it means I have these seeds. So I want to do something that I don't have and pass it out how to grow. So then if you do send it to anybody, they'll see videos on how it grew for me, and it helps everybody out. So is there anything else? Thank you, though. I like the aquaponics. I will definitely do something on that, David, for sure. And I'm going to actually put that you gave me the idea to do that. Anybody else? Is there any ideas you guys to do with gardening part of this? Susan, you always come up with some good ideas. Is there any kind of subject? And I don't care if 2 people, 3 people show up. If you rewatch it, thank you for everybody rewatching my live streams and give me comments. I really appreciate it if you're not here. But I would do it anyways. It doesn't matter whether, like I said, numbers don't matter anymore. So, yeah, I will do the aquaponics thing. I'm going to do finding seeds as a live stream. Is there any other live stream to do with growing things that you'd like me to deal with? Any ideas? Let's see. I played everybody's song, so I want to cheer everybody up before they left. Get out on my live stream, and I say adios, muchachos. But yeah, I think I'll be doing. Yeah, okay, no problem. If you're thinking something good that would interest everybody, would be cool. Finding seeds is a helpful one. You can always rewatch what I'm talking about. This was a really good one. I'm glad that Kathleen, gave me this idea. I loved it. We also have so many things I'm going to do. Oh yeah, with my friend MT, I'm going to do water. Is it water irrigation? You're so funny, David. No, but you're too funny. No, that's not happening. So you like flowers, to do with flowers. Okay, I can do flowers again. And I want to do a water irrigation system. Systems, yeah. I definitely want to touch that for next year. Did I talk about it? You like flowers? Now, Tim, is there anything kind of good subject you like to do with gardening? I haven't found any more butterflies, just so you're aware of that. My milkweed is going really good. It's actually, I think it's taking too. So I'm going to get milkweed in that. That sounds good, water irrigation. Yeah, I want to know systems that would be affordable to use. There's something else I want to. So one of the friends said that. What the heck is it called? And I know what it's about. Thermal heating. I'm going to put it something like that. There's another name for it, thermal heating, which is a really cool thing because I want to see if we can do this. Thermal heating, the way I'm describing this, I'll tell you what it's about, and I think it's cool if I get the right area. What happens is, what I'm thinking of is there's a thermal heating below the ground. If you dug up, a foot to 2 feet in a cold area, and then you buried potatoes, for instance, and you wanted to regrow them for next year, but you're saving them through the winter, you can put it down about a foot, I think it's about 2 feet, bury the potatoes, and then you cover it with hay and keep them warm so the temperature would not freeze, so the potatoes wouldn't die, but then you can dig them up and replant them for next year, for the next fall. So it's a way of saving your crop that you could actually either use throughout the winter or saving it for the next following year to use, like for potatoes. Because I said, how are you going to save potatoes to grow for a year where they won't rot out if you store them in your house? If you do this thermal heating in the ground, I'm thinking that might work, where you can store your potatoes literally outside. When it freezes in the wintertime, they'll be safe enough that they won't freeze. Yeah, composting idea. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'll shove that down. Cold cellar. I don't know if that's called that, but I'll put cold cellar underneath it to see if that's what we're talking about. But it really is cool. I think there's because whoever suffers from winter and long-term holding of things like potatoes, I'm trying to come up with a plan that, especially in cold weather, because if you leave potatoes that they're just going to rot, most of them. But if you dig between a certain thing and dig deep, I think that you might be able to store the potatoes there, and then you mark where it is, then you come back to it in the spring, dig it up, and then you will have potatoes that could be seeding potatoes for the following year, or potatoes that you could eat throughout maybe the winter or spring, depending on how hard the ground gets. You could actually probably dig it up and maybe have potatoes that would be long-term storage outside, because not everybody has a cellar. So yeah, that's my point on that one. I think it's called thermal heating. All kinds of good ideas. I'm just saying that I'd love to work with. Hey, John. How you doing, John? Okay, so anybody want to watch? We were just talking. I helped John the other day, and if anybody wants to help him out by watching his videos, playing his live stream, that would help him out, you guys. That's what I'm going to say on that behalf. Hope you're doing well, John. Okay, let's shut this off. All right. Anybody got a time for me? You guys know what time it is right now? Oh, yeah, today's Sunday. John's going to be on at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Check it out. If I'm here and not outside or somewhere, I'll be back for John later on. Yeah, I don't know how... Anybody have an idea how long I've been on for? Have I been on 90 minutes? I don't know. Getting ready for tonight? Yeah. Oh, you do composting? You like that? Okay. Well, you guys can throw in your ideas of composting too, not just... that's what I want. I want it to be like a family thing. You guys can throw in what you do for composting. But yeah. You're welcome, John. So, yeah. I want to know. It never tells me. It drives me crazy why I don't know how long I've been on for a live stream. It says I have 8 watching, 14 thumbs up. Oh, over an hour. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. That means I can get off anytime. Thanks. It was been a really fun live stream, too. I don't want to stay on too much longer, but you know me, 20 minutes. The most I want to do is 2 hours. And if it's a really good live stream, I will definitely stay over 2-hour mark. But normally 2 hours is a good one. I love it. And I've had fun with you guys. And you guys are amazing friends. And I hope you guys are learning something from it. I hope you share it out. And that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, you're so funny, David. You are very funny. I have a lot of things to get done. I'm looking at dishes as I stare at the dishes. And I have actually my coffee grinds set up to go outside. So I got to do my dishes, make my bed. It's raining, so I'm not staying outside too much. But I am going to hang out there for a little bit to throw some stuff in. And I got something I'm excited to make you aware of. I'm also working, besides seeds, I'm working with something else. I'm working with if you can root plants with a rooting hormone. And right now I have 3 plants I'm trying it with. I'm trying it Rosa Sharon, hostis, and hibiscus. Not hostis, sorry. Rosa Sharon, what did I just say? Hydrangea and hibiscus. 3 plants that I am rooting and seeing if they'll root, and I'll come back and tell you that you can take I'm not funny, I'm goofy. All right, Dave. 3 plants that I'm working with to see if they root and become another plant. So I do work with that too, besides seeds. I like I think not live streams. How about I have too much work, John? Live streams is only once a day, and sometimes I didn't even do it yesterday. So only once a day. I cut down a lot of live streams because I'm too busy outside and that. So I do 1 live stream a day, if that. Yesterday I didn't do it. That's about it. I have cut down a lot for now in the summer. I'm too busy outside, so I can't be here all the time. But, and I'm like I said, I'm experimenting with a lot of stuff. 3 things I'm trying to root, and if they root, well, I might do a video or something on it and I'm also working with container gardening. So the next video, I'm excited to tell you guys, the one I release is going to be on can you grow potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket? That's what it's going to be called. I'm getting lazy, yeah. Yeah, too lazy, John. Too much. And I hate to tell you I'm enjoying it. I don't want to live on live streams anymore. So I've cut down a lot. I used to be here for hours and hours. Now 2 hours at the most, and not even every day, is good for me. That's plenty for me. I got other things that I got to get done too. But it helps for people to rewatch my stuff. If I don't have a lot of people coming and some people missed out and they rewatch it for me, I have to thank you because I notice Will's not here all the time because he's busy working, and Will's been rewatching my live streams. I noticed Susan does that too. Susan can't come, she'll leave me a comment to say she rewatched it. I know Miss Southern Belle is really good about helping me out because I see her play my playlist all the time. So I have to thank all these people that you are noticed. I make sure I pay attention to you guys. I see what you're doing. And I want to get a shout out to thank you so much for what I see. I see things when I'm not live streaming and comments and what people are doing for me that when I come on live stream, I'm going to actually point it out and say thank you so much for that. That's what I'm going to say. So this has been a fun live stream. I hope you guys, everybody coming through it, enjoyed it, because I think all of these are, I'm trying to make them very educational, and hopefully you guys will learn something, because in the future, I think you might be having to grow things yourself. You're going to be surprised, but I think it's going to go that way. That for you to get healthy and have access to fresh foods, you might have to start growing things yourself. So all my stuff, all my live streams, all my videos are helping you out how to grow things. Even if you don't know how to become a gardener, through listening and watching some of my live streams and some of my videos, I hope that that's helping you. It's unforgivable. You know, it's funny, John. I never realized I could talk so much, but I guess you're right. It makes me laugh when I think about it, because I really am not a talker. So it's really funny when I come on here and I'm talking for hours, and at home I wouldn't be talking this long. I don't constantly talk. Or even when I was at work, I would be more the shy, quiet one. I'd come on here and I talk for hours, and you guys think I'm just a big talker, and actually I'm not really. I just think it's important to get this stuff out, and it's boring if somebody's not talking. You're just listening to me do nothing. I have to talk. It's what makes a live stream. You have to talk. You can't just say nothing. So, but it makes me laugh, because I'm really not that talkative in real life. Are you kidding? Of course I can run out of things to talk about. I mean, sometimes I just want to be quiet, go in the garden, and do you think I don't constantly talk? Does your husband ever talk to you with your do more, MG, if I find a place to set my laptop? Oh, I appreciate Susan. Thank you, honey. No, actually, my husband talks more than me. You'd be surprised, John. I think if you ever met me, you'd find out I'm not as talkative as you'd think I am. And you'd find out that probably my husband would take over the conversation, talk more. So my husband talks more than I do. That is the truth. You guys think, John teasing me, thinking I'm talking a lot, and I think it makes me laugh, because I really don't. I'm more of a quiet person lots of times than actually this talkative. But it's funny. I'm not joking. John, I am not that talkative of a person in real life. If you met me, you'd find out I would talk, but then there'd be times where I like peace and quiet and I don't talk at all. Like I'll go watch TV, or I'll just relax. Like this is a lot of talking for me. After I get off of here, I'll be quiet. I'll be doing the dishes, cleaning, gardening. I don't talk out loud too much to my plants. Just a little bit, but not a lot. I'm quiet. It's nice. Why calling people a liar when someone don't want to do live stream and spend time with family? His family comes first. Well, you do? Surprise me. Why calling people a liar? Who's calling people a liar? Why people a liar when someone don't want to do live stream and spend time with family? His family comes number one. I don't think anybody's calling a liar. I hope not anyways. It's all good. Everybody is good. Yeah. I think it's funny though. Like I said, if you met my husband, he actually talks way more than I do in reality. Like if we were there, and I probably hardly get a chance to talk when he's there talking. Like kind of he'll cut me off if I'm talking on a subject, and he talks a heck of a lot actually compared to me. Do you ever stop for Yeah, I do, John. Woo. Well, guys, speaking of stopping for talking, let me leave you with this song. I have made this my hoppy song when I start ending the live stream. Here it goes. You too, John. Love you guys. Thank you so much, guys. I am out of here, though. I want to go get some work done. So, thanks, guys, and thank you for the help with the subjects. You know where to find me. Today was all about defining sun requirements for plants. I love you all back. Thank you.